born in Nigeria, West Africa. I came to United States when I was 16 years old. So I did 11th and 12th grade here, actually in New Jersey, Trenton, New Jersey. This is where I went to high school. Then I moved to Florida. And I have 16 brothers and sisters, out of the whole family. So I'm from a very big family. So 8 of us is here in the United States and the rest are in Africa. So I go home to see them once every 2.5 years I go home. But as far as I'm doing here, I moved to Florida with my family and I was working a regular job. And one day when I went to work, I realized a few of my coworkers had been fired. And I was like, what happened? And they're like, wow, yeah, something went down and they fired the rest of them. And I was like, oh man, I could have been here. I was off, so I was kind of safe from getting fired. So I kind of thought about it. I'm like, I don't know if I like getting fired. So after I left work that day, I just kind of thought to myself, I need to do something other than being in a job where I could risk getting fired. But I have 2 sons. I'm a married woman and I have my own business. I started doing hair. I was doing chemicals, of course. I was, doing cut and color, weaves and all that kind of stuff. And my son has locks. When I had my son, I started his locks when he was 6 months old. And I went to a hair show. In Atlanta, and there was this young lady doing natural hair. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is a different aspect that I haven't seen, that they don't teach you in school actually. When you go to school, they just teach you other color, perm, relaxer, and all that stuff, nothing about natural hair. So by watching all what she can do with our own hair was so inspiring to me. I was like, I want to do more of this. I want to offer this to my clients, because a lot of my clients during the summertime, everybody wants to get braids because it's hot. No more pressing curls, so I didn't do those. So I was like, I can add this to what I do just to earn extra income, and also to start learning more about what we can do to our own hair other than putting perms. So by watching that young lady do all kinds of natural hairstyle, kind of inspired me. And also the thought of, just because I was wearing a perm myself, the thought of not having any more chemical, because I dreaded putting perms in my hair. I used to wait like 10 weeks before I put perms in my hair. That's how bad I didn't want to put perms. So just the fact of seeing all the hairstyles that we can achieve with our own natural hair was inspiring to me. So from there I started taking classes. I started going to different hair shows, and that young lady I saw at a hair show had a hair show that was coming, a class. She was teaching a class. She was going around this city teaching classes, and she came to Florida where I was. So I insisted I was going to take that class. It was very expensive at that time. It was in 1996. But I saved up and I took that class, and it was one of the best things ever I did for myself. If you're inspiring to have your own salon, it's pretty much not as hard as most people think. You just get a space, get licensing, and own your own salon. But where it kind of not so good is because now you're dependent on workers to work for you. Unlike me, I do hair, so it's a lot more easier for me to be there at the shop, manage the shop, see about the shop. If I want to have workers, I can hire the workers, and also I can be able to work in the shop, see what's going on, and learn more for myself. So to have your own shop, it's something really good. At least you can be your own boss. You're working for yourself. You're not working for somebody else. But you have to take classes. It's good to take classes about business, because you can, I took a class about 10 years ago that thought about business and not business. That part was very interesting to me, because a lot of us do those kind of, businesses that we just go and not really knowing what we're doing, and it really doesn't work out. So once you know the aspect of really running a business and how you can do it safely without getting yourself all caught up into a lot of debt and stuff like that, and it's totally worth it's worth it. So I'm grooming his locks. So the difference between washing it and just getting poofy and then grooming it. So he comes once a month to get this done, the grooming process. So we do all the washing and conditioning and treatments and just retwists. What I'm doing right now is called grooming process. So most clients that have locks, you have to get it groomed. That's the process of us relocking the new growth. just like any hair, you know, the hair grows out after a month or so. So what they do is just come in and get it retwisted, which helps to get the hair locked. Because if you don't retwist it, you will risk your hair not locking, which will eventually break off. So if you just get it retwisted, just keep twisting it every month or every 6 weeks. That keeps the hair locked. So you can see the difference between the part that I didn't, you know, that I didn't twist compared to the part where I just kind of put it in my palm and palm roll. And this method I'm using is called palm rolling. Other people use a tool. I choose not to use a tool because I like the natural way of just doing it with your own hair and with your own hand and just twisting it in place. I twist and clip it. So when we're done with this, you just go under the dryer and sit under the dryer and let it dry. Nice. And I'm using an all natural gel to twist his hair. So most of the product I use is all natural stuff.
Right.
Since I'm dealing with the natural hair. The mango and lime, it's a product that was developed in Atlanta by a guy named Cyrus Jackson. I am their spokesperson, so I have a part with the product. So I've been with the company since day one of them, you know, having the product. So I'm like their face for the product. I travel to do different shows for the product and just kind of, you know, promote the product, talk about the product, and work with the product. And the product is all natural. It's most of the elements, you know, all the stuff that is in the products is gotten from Jamaica, because they travel to get all the different stuff that goes into the product. Like your mango and lime, we have the spray oil, and we actually have a new product now. Is the shea butter and the mineral oil. And the mineral oil comes in different what would I call it? Like different flavors.
Nice.
Yeah, so they have the lavender, which is very good because mineral oil is really good for your hair. So that's like the last part of the product that we have out. But we have everything from the shampoo to your conditioner to your leave-in conditioner to your oils, your spray, your hair incense to make the hair smell good, your cactus oil, and it's all natural. And I've been using that product since 1998. That's literally when the product came out. Transitioning is one thing, and that's a good question because we also have another line called Transition that we had just developed, and also is a family of the mango and lime. So transition is, like you said, for someone that wants to transition from getting a perm or stop doing press and curl. They can use the shampoos and conditioner and stop putting in it. But you can, as far as styling your hair, we can start like the 2-strand twist with your own hair. If you want to transition out, we can do the kinky twist with extension added in to kind of work you out. Because if you're not doing any hairstyle with your hair, if you're transitioning, it's pretty hard for most people to manage their own hair. So the best thing is to do a hairstyle that is gonna, you know, help you to avoid putting a perm in it, or help you, you know, avoid you from cutting it or pressing it. So usually the best way to do it is to just go ahead and get a natural hairstyle, like the 2-strand twist or the coils or the comb twist, or even what we call the Senegalese twist. You know, you could do those to kind of help you to transition out. And the more you do those, every 2 months, get it redone. That will eventually help you to grow out either your perm or your press and curls. You know, because sometimes after many years of pressing and curling, you have 2 different textures. You have some that is straight and some that is kinky, and it never goes back to all natural. So the best thing is to just get a natural hairstyle that's going to help you not to get tempted into doing anything else to it.